I have met one person apart from myself, who had an awakened kundalini. He had his own business in London, but spent over a decade prior to that meditating and researching ancient holy texts, including a significant time in the Vatican Library. He only raised his serpent until the sixth chakra, then he got scared of losing his mind and decided to stop any further kundalini practices. At that time my kundalini had risen to the solar plexus, but no further, and I was inspired by him to continue raising it higher. It finally happened in December 2012, probably not a coincidence that this was the month and year it happened, when the serpent broke through the skull and entered the Muladhara. I was 33 at the time and had been practicing meditation and studying religious and spiritual texts for 20 years. I also practiced yoga, tai chi and kung fu, prior to that, but only for a few years. Still, every little helps on the path to moksha. In my case I wanted the serpent power to rise all the way, and it was a glorious experience, helped by a goddess who appeared in the room I was in and touched me energetically, clearing all the karmic blocks that were stopping me from progressing. My kundalini was stuck at the heart chakra, because of unresolved emotional issues, and was causing me a great deal of pain and a burning sensation in my chest, as well as constantly building pressure. When the goddess came to me, she touched me on the back and cleared my heart chakra from any blocks. Then she helped me again when I managed to raise the power all the way to the sixth chakra, but got stuck just below the Muladhara and was unable to break through. I was lying flat on my back and she sat on me, then merged her energetic body with mine, which caused me to convulse bodily and energized the kundalini to finally break through. There was a tearing or breaking sound and sensation, then I heard something like water rushing into my brain. I then experienced all the usual symptoms of a kundalini awakening, which you can read elsewhere, but just briefly, it was an intensely pleasurable spiritual ecstasy, an expansion of consciousness. I could literally feel myself spread out into space as I floated above my body, a download of information about how things are and the nature of reality, an increased understanding of the secrets of the universe, a connection to all living things everywhere, a feeling of boundless love and compassion for all things, etc. Afterwards, I experienced plenty of problems, as is the case with most kundalini awakenings, and it has been a difficult process to overcome my many failings. I'm still struggling with them now, but it has been worth it for the insight I was given into the true nature of things and the love I received and continue receiving from my goddess, who is in actuality kundalini herself, but she takes a number of different forms depending on the culture and religion of her devotee. You see, kundalini is an intelligent energy that is all over the cosmos and in all things, but she also likes to take human form, as a goddess. Interacting with her devotees in this form pleases her, and all great kundalini masters had regular visitations from her, but were often too embarrassed to admit it, knowing how ridiculous it sounds. She is a rather capricious goddess and will only reveal herself to those she actually likes. There is no logic or rationale behind it. If you are serious about seeking a kundalini awakening, you should seek the help of the goddess herself in any of her myriad forms: Shakti, Parvati, Mahakali, Kundalini, Anana, Ishtar, Venus, Aphrodite, Isis, Queen of Heaven, also Ishtar, the Holy Spirit, Ishtar again, etc. She will know if you are ready or worthy and direct things in such a way that you find the right guidance. Dear Concerned, I have met many people with awakened kundalini, and I am privileged to have known them very closely and lived with them. I still live with them time to time. Before I step on your next question about awakening of kundalini, I would like to clear some misconceptions about kundalini. First, you need to understand what is kundalini and how it works. Kundalini is an energy which stays within you. It does not depend upon the body, it changes its form with every birth of yours depending upon the energy accumulated or drained over births. It represents that particle of God inside you. To put it in simple words, invoking your kundalini simply means invoking the God inside you. Awakening your kundalini means complete enlightenment. Once you are at that stage, there is nothing you can achieve further. You become one with God. It has a complex theoretical system consisting of chakras, wheels, nadis, vessels, tattvas, elements, grandness, knots. These chakras represent different states of one's prana. Contrary to common belief, there are actually 9 chakras, not 6 or 7. Each of the lower 5 chakras is associated with an element of basic 5 elements. There are 3 knots, namely Brahma knot, Vishnu knot and Rudra knot. In an answer below, someone has given an exercise regime to awaken the first chakra called Muladhara. And the gentleman has said that if one religiously follow that regime for 2 to 3 years, then her Muladhara chakra will get activated. I can't help laughing at it. The first chakra, Muladhara, is always activated even in animals. Forget about humans. It is because of the activation of this chakra that we feel the urge to have sex. I don't know what that rigorous exercise regime has to do with it. You are born with this chakra activated. The struggle starts when you try to open other chakras. If you look at the shape of male-female genitals, they are in the form of a down-facing triangle. When we have sex and ejaculate, the movement of the semen is downwards. It is called adhigati. When we start retaining that semen along with some other practices, then there comes a stage when the movement of the semen goes upwards. This is called urdhvagati. This urdhvagati is the basic prerequisite to open the other chakras. When one reaches at Vishuddha chakra and it gets activated, then the salivary gland of that person starts producing and emanating a certain fluid which constantly keeps the practitioner intoxicated. It is an extremely rare phenomenon. This intoxication cannot be described in words. The person who reaches at this stage is called Paramhansa. Remember Ram Krishan Paramhansa? Complete kundalini awakening or the opening of Sahasrara chakra is a rarest of the rare case. Even the tallest of the saints struggle at this point. Once you start your journey through chakras, you first need to open Brahma knot or Brahm Granthi. Brahma is the creator, his job is to create. It gets open when you stop to create, when you don't want to create anything, be it a child, be it money, name, fame, house, anything. It opens when your desire to create further ends. In other words, it happens when you stop creating any more karmas in any form. Second knot is called Vishnu knot, Vishnu Granthi. Vishnu is the caretaker. His job is to retain whatever has been created. This knot gets open when you don't wish to retain whatever you have created. Be it a relationship, a hatred, anything material, just anything. It happens when you let go. It happens when you align yourself with nature and let it take the reins of your life without trying to control the natural course of action.